Welcome, everyone. A little extra excitement for you tonight. It's the first game of the NBA Cup. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. And now the Atlanta Hawks starters. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. Johnson and Porzingis there inside. And it's Ricochet in at the small forward position. And for the Pacers, Siakam and Jackson playing together in the front court. Andrew Nembhard is out there with Shepard. And it's Nesmith in at the 3. Here we go. It's game 1 of the NBA Cup. This game will count both towards group play and the regular season standings.
Yeah, to win this thing, you probably have to win this first game. Advancing with a loss is possible, but then you have to win your final 3 in the Cup group stage. So this opener is huge.
Now here's Siakam. Jackson with a screen on Johnson. Siakam, no good. On the wing, Ricochet. Nesmith covering.
Okay, thanks.
Johnson against Siakam. Back to Ricochet. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Rick Carlisle and I were able to chat. I asked him about what could tip the balance in their favor tonight, and he said, quote, when Kristaps Porzingis is operating at a high level, it opens up their entire offense. The key for us is to keep Porzingis from having a major impact. If we can do that, it'll be our game to win. PA?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Daniels. Offline with a 3. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. One thing about Andrew Nembhard, you appreciate the passion he plays with, Clark.
Yeah, I love his toughness. I mean, he just is unflappable. He's persistent at the defensive end, plays at his own pace, unafraid of the big moments, makes big plays and shots. I mean, you can see and feel his fire, even though he's not overly demonstrative in how he does what he does.
Daniels outside. Jacks up a 3. Hits a 3-pointer.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Pass to Nembhard. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Jackson gets the bucket.
One of his specialties on display there, a nifty lead pass.
And Atlanta with possession here. They trail by 1. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
Now here's Porzingis. 14 points for him last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And not to be overlooked, his playmaking made a difference as well.
Pass to Jackson. And he banks in the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Johnson. 23 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
And with all the attention he drew offensively, he did a great job of just kicking to the open man.
No substitute for hustle and hard work, and Porzingis getting the bucket because he put both into effect there.
Back to Siakam. Pass to Nesmith from outside the arc. The rebound by the Hawks. Here's Ricochet. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
It's always good to see Ricochet mixing it up down low.
Outside Nesmith. And here's Siakam for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Siakam's got 5 now.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks, guys. No doubt that a healthy Kristaps Porzingis is still a unicorn for what he can bring to a team. When Atlanta pulled the trigger to bring him in, they envisioned him stretching the floor, and Porzingis has opened up about recovering from the illness that sidelined him during the 2025 NBA playoffs. Guys, the Hawks are hoping he can be the player that helps get them back into the postseason. Their entire 2025-26 regular season hinges on KP.
He's a big factor. All right, Shams, thanks for the update. And here are the Pacers now, following the score by Atlanta. And here's Shepard for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Atlanta leading by 3. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
With a 9-footer and another basket for Atlanta. Indiana's gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Pass to Siakam. Inside. Here's Jackson. And miss after miss right now. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Johnson passes to Young. Now here's Porzingis. Offensive rebound.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Nembhard, the pass to Siakam. Low block shot. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Siakam's got 7.
Nice touch there from Siakam to get a hard bucket inside.
And stolen by Nembhard. From downtown, that misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that does it for the first quarter. Hawks ahead. They lead by 5. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
We've got Jarris Walker, and it's McClung in at shooting guard. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Hawks star Trae Young and Coach Quinn Snyder are both very close. Young said that's the type of relationship we have. It's not forced, it's just genuine. We both want to see each other succeed, and we know we need each other and everybody else around us. Back to you.
A good partnership. Thanks much for the report, Allie. Now here's a Kongwu. Pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. Releases. Pacers with a rebound.
He will not be happy with himself. Got a good look from mid-range there.
McClung passes to Walker. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Dennis. That one doesn't drop.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Here's Krejci. Newell from outside. And Atlanta misses again. Pacers trail by 5. Pass to Huff. Here's Dennis, defended by Kennard. For 3. And the three-pointer goes. Murphy's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And as we start up the NBA Cup, let's explain to our viewers how the groups are formed.
Sure thing, B.A. First, you only play teams from your conference. The groups are drawn based off of last year's standings. So they try to keep it even in terms of quality of team.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Siakam, he's checked in for Walker. Neesmith comes in for Furphy. And it's Shepard in for McClung. Atlanta also making some changes. Risachet, he's checked in for Krejci. Daniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Young in for Kennard. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Young. Daniels outside. The steal. Outside Neesmith. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. And it's Daniels with the ball for the Hawks. Nothing on offense from them yet in this second quarter. Pass to Newell. Outside Young. And Atlanta misses again.
You're not going to get a better look from mid-range. He's definitely disappointed with himself there.
The 2025 playoffs had some incredible comebacks, Clark. Indiana had some all-timers.
Yeah, it was absolutely unreal. The excitement, the drama, the close finishes. I mean, unbelievable. How about these wins for the Pacers? Down by 7 with less than 40 seconds against the Bucks. Got it done. Also trailed by 7 with under a minute versus the Cavs. Won that one. And losing by 9 in the last minute against the Knicks and came through again with a win. And even in the finals, they made some miraculous comeback wins against OKC. Had at least one miraculous comeback win. So an amazing clutch playoff performance by the Indiana Pacers.
Here's Dennis. 17 points in his last outing. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Neesmith. Over Risachet. And Indiana again with the bucket.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Now here's Young. He's got 5. There's a minute 59 left in the first half. Pass to Daniels. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. And it's 6 points for Dyson Daniels.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And Indiana with some changes. Jackson comes in for Huff. And it's Nembhard in for Dennis. .143 left to play in the half. Pass to Shepard. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Siakam cashes in the triple.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Up top, Young. He's guarded by Nembhard. The 3 from Risachet. He's off on that one.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Indiana's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Pass to Jackson. And here's Nembhard. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. And the Pacers lead by 3.
Well, I tell you, Nembhard will take that all day. He's become a pretty reliable three-point shooter.
Nembhard against Young. Here's Porzingis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Isaiah Jackson.
You know, all that size and length there. When Porzingis is using his body like this, I mean, it forces the defense to be aggressive.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
What impresses me most about Porzingis is how versatile he is. I love that about a big man who does a little bit of everything.
Both free throws good from Porzingis.
He's a big guy with a soft stroke from the charity stripe. You love to see that.
Pass to Siakam. Jackson the screen. Three-pointer, no good. Outside Rizachet. Here's Young. The 3 is up. No luck on that one. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Indiana ahead, up 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings.
I think for the Pacers, they're letting the losses stack up. It can dim your confidence. They need to make some changes, maybe in their lineup, maybe shot selection, something.
And now, let's get into the Indiana Pacers game. It's been a close one so far.
This is where your ball movement really helps you. Against this defense, you cannot afford to just be stagnant.
Kenny, that's a good game plan.
That's it, Shaq? That's your full analysis?
Okay, good game plan, Kenneth.
Okay, then. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we're ready to get this second half of our Halloween broadcast going. Man, what can you say? Pascal Siakam, an impressive effort here today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
The Hawks trailing. And Atlanta looking at who they've got. Rizachet at the 3, Johnson at the 4. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Missed it. 4 for 7 so far in this one. Here's Siakam. Nesmith on the wing. Clock at 6. And here's Shepard for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Shepard's got his first 3 points of the game.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Pass to Rizachet. 4-3. Indiana with a rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Warriors coming to town for their next game, and that'll be their second of 4 total games at home. Nembhard outside. Another three for Indiana. Well, Clark, by my count, in your career, you made all of 23 triples and hit a respectful 34%.
23 over a, close to 5-year career, maybe the equivalent of 3 1/4 years on the court. Yeah, the 3 ball was not being shot a lot. I will tell you, I was looking to add it to my repertoire, though, and that's the case for all of these guys playing now. Everybody is shooting 3.
Now here's Nembhard. Nice job inside from Siakam.
3 for 3 this half. Nothing to complain about with that.
Hawks trail by 9. Young looking around. There's a screen. Shot to stop the run. Connects from downtown. Young's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Put the first 3 misses behind them and finally ended their 3rd quarter drought.
Nembhard outside. Here's Siakam. Misses off the left iron.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Outside Johnson. Daniels outside. Porzingis sets a screen. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Nights like this tonight, I mean, that's why you pay Porzingis max money at times. He simply just carries the offense.
Siakam outside. Nembhard outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Hawks trail by 3. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Pascal Siakam's veteran presence is hugely valuable to this Pacers team. Coach Rick Carlisle said, quote, his experience is really important to us. He doesn't get rattled, his personality stays consistent, but things get frantic in games. He is a calming influence on our young players. Back to you.
The cagey veteran. Allie, thank you. And the basket by Siakam.
I really like how he's playing tonight, taking good, smart shots, playing his game.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Huff's checked in for Indiana. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Atlanta. Here's the group of players who had the most steals in the league last season. Dyson Daniels on top.
And we saw how effective he was on defense last season, taking pride in mucking things up and being an absolute pest, grabbing all those steals.
Outside Porzingis. Shot left block. Operating inside. Porzingis.
How about Porzingis showing us a little dexterity and fleet-footedness there? Love seeing him work that part of his game into his package.
Nembhard outside. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And here's Shepard for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. You know, Clark, despite winning 3 championships prior to the NBA days, the Pacers are still looking for their first NBA title.
Yeah, they've been close a couple of times in the history of the NBA, 2000 and 2025. They've had some really great teams over the years in the 90s and 2010s, and They came close last year, and I think they'll continue to knock and one day kick that door in.
Well, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Atlanta making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Johnson. Krejci comes in for Risache. And it's Kennard in for Daniels. Pacers leading by 3. Pass to Huff. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Nembhard outside. And Indiana misses again. Atlanta's gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Nembhard, the pass to Walker. And the layup falls. Walker's got his first basket.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Here's Krejci. No points yet. Back to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Okongwu. The Hawks need to get one up here. Kennard can't get it to go.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Off the mark there with a 3. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Indiana ahead, leading by 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Jarris Walker. He's out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
That jump shot is going to be key for Walker in his career, especially with how physical a player he is.
Free throw good, Walker.
You know, between his skills, his motor, and his physical ability, Walker came into the league more ready for the NBA than most first-year guys.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. And he lobs it up to the rim. Siakam with it. Pass to Dennis. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Atlanta. Now Kennard. Up top, Young. Kennard outside. From the top of the key. Yep, right through the net.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Siakam. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. To the right side. Here's McClung. Off target from three-point range. Hawks trail by 4. Pass to Kennard. Picked up by Okongwu. The three. Huff pulls it in. Indiana's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Siakam. Shoots over to well. Indiana again missing. Kennard left side. Okongwu. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. And now it's just a 2-point Indiana lead. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Jackson, he's checked in for Huff. Neesmith comes in for Walker. Shepard, he's checked in for McClung. And it's Nembhard in for Dennis. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Shepard from behind the arc. Rebounded by Johnson.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Outside Young. Pass to Porzingis. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there.
Decent look from mid-range for sure, but that's not really his shot.
Here's Shepard. To snap the cold streak. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Daniels outside. Outside Porzingis. Here's Daniels. Takes a three. It's money from deep.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Now Siakam. Jackson with a screen on Johnson. Now Jackson. Ooh, he leaves no question.
What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
And Young has got the ball here for the Hawks. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. Outside Porzingis. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pacers.
Brutal play at this point. It's frustrating because they battled so hard all night.
Indiana leading by 3. It's stolen by Johnson. Now here's Risacher. Neesmith covering. Now Young.
Inside the paint, Young uses his speed and aggressiveness to put the pressure on the defense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings him within 2 here.
Like a lot of smaller guys, there's a real ferocity to Trae Young's game. He's willing to scrap to get what he wants.
It's also good, so he hits both free throws.
He's such a great free throw shooter who can handle big moments.
Here's Siakam. Oh, Siakam with the power and body control.
Siakam embraces stepping up in these moments. That is a big-time hoop.
Young. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
You see the trust Young's guys have in him. When they need a bucket, he gets it for them.
Now Siakam. Johnson with the rebound.
Got what he wanted, but then blew the lay-in. He tricked that one.
Daniels. And count it.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Siakam against Johnson. Nembhard outside. Pascal gets it done in traffic.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Young. Daniels. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
He's done so much damage from beyond the arc, and he's still hitting those big shots.
And it's a big one. What a performance from long range. Remarkable.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Now Siakam. Johnson with the rebound. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Now here's Young. Porzingis fires. Oh, money!
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're behind by 4. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.